in 2K, I'm a real, defensive-minded player. There's certain things that I saw on the defensive side that, I'm really hyped to see about, like the new block animations and the new ways that defenders can position themselves on the ball handler. So there's a lot of stuff that I see that I'm definitely looking forward to in 2K20.
So the dribbling this year feels a little bit different as well. Feels just a little bit different.
It's like a mix of like previous 2Ks.
I'm zigzagging.
Ooh.
Kawhi.
Anything from you, Coach?
Oh my.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
He's focused.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a W.
Hell yeah. The spacing of the game feels great. It allows for more creativity, and you can tell there's an emphasis on creating open shots.
Yeah.
And when you get an open shot, you're more likely to make it.
Yep.
With that creativity now, you'll hopefully see some more plays inputted and let teams be more unique.
It's going to be a skill gap this year, you can tell.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of players, are able to do things that the top pro players are able to do. With just the click of a couple buttons now, you have to kind of use the analog a little more. It looks more strategic.
Sad news on the injury front today as we learned that Mr. Triple-Double Russell Westbrook is going to miss significant time with his injury.
Tough break.
Oh, man, that is putting it lightly. I know he's had issues in the playoffs in the past few years, right? There's no questioning, though, the sheer volume of stuff that this guy brings to the table. I mean, is he perfect? No. But look at all those rebounds. Look at all those assists. Those things matter. They're almost impossible to replace in terms of his production while he's out.
It's panic time, baby.
No, hold on, I wouldn't go that far. But this could absolutely affect their playoff seeding in a negative way. I think that's the first thing you've got to look at here. And how will he look when he comes back? He's going to have to shake off a lot of rust.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Wow. More on the playoff race and what Westbrook's injury means after some music. Back in a bit with more Hank and the Hornet.
Get hip or get stuck.
Just a reminder, folks, to make certain to be here for our figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot, Boomer!
A reminder that you can still purchase tickets for any upcoming games at the ticket booth or on our website. This is Indiana's game, Indiana's team.
A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come out and join us for Trading Card Day. The first 10,000 fans through the arena will receive a trading card pack. Ride through the fan zone and get them signed by Boomer and the Pacemates. Well, fellas, be sure to come on out for our pennant flag giveaway. Every fan will receive a pennant flag.
The tallest building in the state of Indiana, the Chase Tower, rising high above our location today at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice when he hears my voice just yelling at him normally. Now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
he likes it.
Yeah.
And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
And for Domantas Sabonis, they're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Victor Oladipo has a huge task and a long road in front of him making his way back from that knee injury.
You better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. And the deal, keeping the Pacers in Indianapolis for 25 more years, almost $300 million in public subsidies billed to renovate and expand the arena and the area around the arena.
So the public paid for this?
Some of it, a lot of it. Entirely new group in now for Indiana. McDermott's checked in for Leaf. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Warren. Brogdon, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pacers. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Indiana, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
McDermott finds Brogdon, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
Orlando's gone 0-3 from three-point land, nothing yet going outside. Shots good from Jay.
Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
The Pacers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Outside Holiday. Indiana moving the ball around. Now McDermott. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Off the inbound, and there are the Magic with another bucket. They'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure. It's one of the reasons I wrote my book.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
That free throw good from Holiday.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
Indiana leading. Passes it to McDermott. On the wing, Turner. Some solid D from Jay.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
And they pick up 2. The Pacers have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Stripped it away. Good on the shot. And it's a 3-point Magic lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone, really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
And some changes here for the Pacers. TJ Leaf comes in for Miles Turner, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Lamb. And a switch here also for Orlando. Bamba's checked in. Right side Holiday. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Holiday, the pass to Holiday. Here's McDermott. Brogdon outside. Shoots over Fournier. Shoots. Leaf, no good. And it's Orlando's ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now.
And you mentioned their points off turnovers. That stat gives you some idea of how they play the game at both ends. It's all about attack basketball.
The Magic have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4. And he knocks down the first one. TJ Warren, he's checked in for the Pacers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the officials to make a call.
And Holiday throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
A floater. Here's Warren. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Now here is Augustine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Jay, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Holiday kicks to Brogdon. The pass to McDermott. Holiday surveying the floor. Back to McDermott. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Fournier, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Orlando out in front. They finish off the first quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do, because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, you know, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway. But there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run or the Bruins making a cup run. the Red Sox in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before a Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. Bamba passes to Jay, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
You know, guys, passing is one part of Bamba's game that he's been working on. And, you know, when you can pass it as a big guy, that's an added bonus.
Now, here's Warren. He's tightly guarded, and Jay gets the whistle. Here's Jay. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers trail by 16. Here's Lamb. And it's good off the back rim and in. Lamb's got 5 now.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second. Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Holiday finds Turner. Indiana moving it around. It's deflected. They get it back. Pass to McDermott. Down low. Here's Lamb. Missed it, even after all those chances. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. Aminu, the pass to Jay. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
To the paint. He can't get that one to fall. The Magic go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
McDermott with it. Defended now by Fournier. It's stolen by Aminu. Volch kicks to Fournier. To the middle. Cuts off the pass. Holiday with it. 8 points for him. There's 1:40 left in the first half. Knocked loose. Down he goes. Nice one there from Jay. Jay's got 6 in the quarter.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
And entertaining as always, Bill. Thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just, I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I don't want to see that team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
And here is Lamb. He's coming off a 19-point game against Brooklyn.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Out to Turner. To the inside. McDermott. It's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Passes it to Jay. Dishes it to Fultz. Goes back up. Aminu down low. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And it's sent back by Turner. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. No good from Lamb. With 4 seconds on the clock, they shoot again. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
Well, you look at Turner's body. He's got a wily, muscular frame that he makes good use of. I mean, his defense and the way he contests shots is remarkable.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Orlando out in front, up by 16. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Jay, a lot of scoring from you in the first half. What are you guys doing offensively that's allowed you to be so successful?
You know what? I think I had some good matchups, and I felt very comfortable with it early on. My teammates have been, looking for me, and I'm guessing the defense will throw me some different looks coming up. But, I'll just adjust.
Well, that's what the game up here is about, making adjustments. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. Some changes for Indiana. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. Lamb comes in for Victor Oladipo. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Gordon. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And Fournier subbed in for Terrence Ross. And so in the game for the Magic, we've got Jay, Fournier out there with Fultz. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Bamba in at the center. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Indiana again missing.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Brogdon leading the charge. It's good.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's McDermott, and he overshot that one, missing. Magic leading by 19. Here's Jay, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Miles Turner. The Magic have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Michael Carter-Williams checked in for the Magic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. 5th on the list, the Magic.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
As good as the Magic were defensively last year, they were just as challenged offensively. Struggled a bit at that end of the floor. Only 24th in the league in points.
Ross, he's checked in for Carter-Williams. Knocked away. Now here's McDermott. Defense right on him. Shot from 12. Orlando grabs the miss. Bamba's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And to be fair, Clark, the Magic offense has struggled for about a decade now.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you think about some of the outstanding players they've had in the past, Dwight Howard and Vince Carter. Their impact of that quality offensively just wasn't ever really replaced. And, when most teams lose their clear number 1 guy, they start going south. That's exactly what happened for Indiana last season.
It's Brogdon on the wing, guarded by Fultz. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got 7 now in this quarter. 1:46 left here in the third quarter. But the Pacers were 32-15 when Oladipo went down.
And you think about Oladipo's influence and impact, only 16-19 after the injury, guys, and they got swept by the Celtics in the playoff. Oladipo critically important to the Pacers being able to perhaps advance in the playoffs in the future.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. And a wide open look for Lamb. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Jay, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
And we talk about trying to manufacture points. The Magic a year ago were last in the league in free throw attempts.
And I think a part of that, guys, is they really don't have enough creators, facilitators, playmakers. You need guys who can break the defense down and then make plays for themselves or others, and that gets you to the foul line, but it also gets you easy baskets.
And Orlando making a change here. Murray's checked in. Lamb finds Brogdon. Orlando grabs the miss.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Jay, and it's good. 2 points. Jay's got 39.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Lamb. A 3-ball. The rebound by Jay. Jay's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. There's the pass to Fultz. Jay covered by Lamb. Here's Bamba. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Magic out in front, just dominating this one. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Jay comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Isaacs checked in for Murray. And it's Ross in for Augustine. Lamb and Warren at the 3 and the 4. TJ McConnell is out there with Oladipo. And it's Leaf in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Outside Warren. Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. Here's McConnell. Oladipo outside. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
Pass to Jay. And that one, good. Jay's got 45 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
On the wing, Turner. He's covered by Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo for 3. Knocks it loose.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And there's the basket. Good from Jay.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Leaf passes to Warren. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by McConnell.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
Mark, for a while now, you and I were just talking. We've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Michael Carter-Williams checked in for the Magic. Holiday finds Oladipo. Can they get it? And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury. And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
Holiday against Carter-Williams. Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to Leaf. Here's Bitadze, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bitadze's got his first bucket in this one.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight, always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
Bitadze can't hit.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
No good from Jay. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pacers. Inside, Leaf, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. It's stolen by Oladipo, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Some changes for Indiana. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Leaf, and Edmund Sumner's subbed in for Victor Oladipo. The Magic also changing it up. Cam Burge is checked in for Vucevic. Murray comes in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Terrence Ross. Warren the pass to Bitadze. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Stolen away. To the middle. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Here's Augustine. Jay, he's covered by Warren. Carter Williams, the pass to Jay. Another one goes. Incredible. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Warren. Tries from 10. That one off the back iron and out.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The pass to Sampson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Down low, here's Birch. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Bitadze's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Warren, and it's Warren with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And Indiana shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Holiday dishes to Sampson. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. Here's Sumner. Birch grabs the board. Orlando's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Warren. Outside Holiday. Birch grabs the board. Birch has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Murray. Chalk up 2 there. Murray's got 4 points this quarter. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Warren.
2 minutes.
It's deflected. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. To the inside, and the turnover again by Orlando.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Both teams will make substitutions. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. Now McConnell passes it to Warren. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Orlando.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jay.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
TJ Lee. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Carter Williams, the pass to Jay. Outside for Carter Williams. Here's Birch. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Well, this place is still buzzing. Looking at Che's offensive outburst, it was incredible. What was going through your mind as that point total kept shooting up?
Hey, DA, man, I didn't do too much thinking, to be honest with you, man. But my teammates kept encouraging me to attack, so I went with it. We got on the road as a team, and the points just kept coming and coming, as you can see from the night.
You guys are on a roll right now, no doubt. Congratulations again. Guys?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.
All right, man, you got me.
Ready? Sorry to bug you, Che. Do you have a quick minute to answer another question?
For you, Patty? Yeah.
I got Che here. Great. Really impressive game tonight, Che. But I'm wondering, was it a point of emphasis to get you the ball?
Not really a point of emphasis. We just ran our offense, and it turned out I got a lot of great shots. Lots of credit goes out to coach for drawing up those plays, and more credit to my teammates for executing those plays.
Great answers, Che. I'm all set.
Thanks, Patty. I'll see you next time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ted, you the man.
You too, bro.
All right, Che, you remember Reese from Gatorade?
It's nice to see you again, Che.
Nice to see you too, and I'm really excited to learn more about this GX thing.
Totally. Did Levi fill you in?
A little bit, but I still need more information on it, to be honest with you.
All right, well, I'll just give you the full picture. Gatorade is launching Gatorade GX. It's our new hydration system, and everything about it is completely customizable.
What? I'm with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can design the bottle however you want. Name, number, team colors, all that sort of stuff. And then we have the GX pods, which are basically just a concentrated pod refill. You put that in the top of the bottle, fill the bottle up with water, shake it up, and you're good to go.
I like that.
So you ready to design your own bottle? Customize
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go.
Let's do this.
We'll call it the Che.
Yo, what's up, man?
I see you out there doing work.
What up, Coach?
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. Come on, man. Hey, he ball.
Man, I can't even watch this. Just like that.
Hey, I'll see you later.
Bringing in everyone. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to a special guest, Tracy McGrady. He'll be here observing with the coaching staff today, so let's put in a strong effort and show him how we do things around here. We're getting very little production out of these fast break opportunities, so we're gonna work on that. Today, we're gonna get up and down the court in some transition drills.
Come on, man, don't forget the block. Shoot that. Screen coming!
better than that.
Watch the screen! Shot! Way to grab it! Box out! And one! Good rebound. Don't get step out! Yo, look at the clock! Yeah, let's go, let's do it! And a foul! Foul! Don't let him shoot that! Crash the board! Crash the board! With the foul! That's what the ring room for! And one! Hey, he can ball, huh? Set up, set up! Yeah, play him tight! Watch the screen! Shut up! Go get it! Strong, baby! Yeah, let's go, let's do it! Step out, step out, step out! Good shot, baby. Check the clock, check the clock! Switch! Get it! Move it! Move it! All right, here we go. Focus! Focus! Hey, he can ball, huh? Yes, sir! Watch that! Too strong!
time again. It's your first NBA 2K20 top play. This is where you vote for your favorite top play of the week.
Yes, and the winners of each week will be in the running for something special, so stay tuned for that.
So if you submitted your top play from the demo, look for it here. Take it away, 2KMC.
New game, new plays, but I'm still the same MC. This is the 2KMC, and I'll be bringing your best plays in NBA 2K20 every single week. But right now, we're looking.
Energy. Let's set the tone early.
Oh, really tough news for John Wall today as we learned that he suffered a major injury once again.
Yeah, you hate to see that, Hank.
At this point, you gotta feel bad for the guy. Previously, he dealt with that devastating Achilles injury. Now he battles back, goes through all that rehab. And
Just a reminder, folks, today's certain to be here for our figure eight giveaway. Come to the game and get a figure eight of your favorite mascot, Cooper.
Distance fans, don't miss out on any upcoming games. Visit us online or at the ticket booth for more information. The NBA is now taking the product for season tickets. Stop by your final physical label at each concourse to see how you can become an NBA season ticket holder and enjoy exclusive benefits, discounts, and more.
Well, folks, be certain to be here for the upcoming game where we're giving away a free Pistons headband.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Orlando Magic. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Gordon.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had.
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Smitty, we have great athletes on the floor in this one. Shouldn't be any shortage of some highlight reel type plays.
Yeah, this game, nobody will make my set under the rim. Smitty's under the rim. Everything will be above the rim tonight. I'm excited.
Now the starting group for look here for the Pistons. Markieff Morris is checked in for Griffin. Doumbouya comes in for Christian Wood. Brown is checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Luke Kennard in for Rose.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Here's a look at some stats for Jay. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. First in scoring, 6th in shooting percentage, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that. To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
Passes to Bamba. Murray finds Pass to Fournier. Orlando moving the ball around. Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Brown outside. Morris inside. He's covered by Murray. Morris, no good. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships.
Yes, sir.
But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Doumbouya, good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
4-3. Here's Jay. Orlando gets it back. Bamba passes to Jay. Goes up again. Bucket is good. And the Magic lead by 5.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. The unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
And the pass to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Here's Murray. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Jackson. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
And here's Augustine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now just a 1-point Orlando lead.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Pistons second, the Magic in third.
2 shots. Both of these teams have established tempo as an identity. I mean, they're playing fast and scoring in bunches.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
And so he hits both.
And sort of known for that crazy length, Bamba's also extremely bright. Got offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard.
Brown outside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Jay.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hawking. You have to give it up to this man.
Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by the Magic.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Shoots the 3. No good from Jay.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Jackson. Fires the 3. It's good from long range. Jackson's got 7 points.
You know, a little inconsistent from deep when he first entered the league. Jackson now an emerging 3-point threat.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Magic have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for the Magic. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Trailing by 2. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Count it.
2. He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Now, Bamba. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Passes it to Aminu. And here's Augustine to the paint. Looking for Aminu. He gets it there. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Fournier. Stolen by Doumbouya. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. They get the rebound. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
The Pistons shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
First one falls for.
Shooting for Orlando, Jay.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Now the pass to Doumbouya. From deep. Rebound by Jay. Pass to Aminu. To the middle. Here's Jay. Good work defensively by Morris. Reggie Jackson firing on all cylinders for the Detroit Pistons. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. Markieff Morris is out there with Doumbouya. And it's Brown in at the small forward. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." That's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. The Pistons trailing. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Orlando making a change here. Birch is checked in.
To the lineup for the Magic, Ken Birch.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Over to the wing. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. Connects from three-point range. Doumbouya's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Steve, I know you like this, that the three-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a 3-ball, because there are some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
For Detroit, and for Casey, Steve, he had the pedigree of success that the Pistons wanted.
Also, Casey, I thought, was brought in to change the mindset of this team. Immediately was able to change the culture of the Pistons. Setting a new tone goes a long way for a developing team.
Pistons trailed by 4. Ball stolen. Here's Jay. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run. following the steal.
Jackson with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Doumbouya kicks to Griffin. And he converts the layup. Griffin's got 11 points.
It's a rough way to make a living, but somebody has to do it. Blake Griffin absorbing a lot of contact in the painted area.
Poked away. Griffin with the steal. And here's the fast break. Brown wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. Pass to Jay. Fires from 14. Doumbouya pulls it in. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. So it's Detroit now. 4-point game. Pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Three-pointer.
And still shooting well from beyond the arc. That their percentage down a bit in this quarter, but still respectable.
Griffin with the steal. Jackson looking around. Morris finds Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin! He's got 13.
When Blake gets on a roll, you have to watch out. This is a man who has found some rhythm, and he is not letting up.
Here's Jay. Count that bucket. And the Magic lead by 4.
Assist goes to
Here's Jackson. 9 points in the game so far. And there's the pass to Morris. He kicks it to Griffin. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. They get it back. Here's Morris. Back to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
That is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. The next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. And there's the basket on the shot from Jay. Jay's got 18 points.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Down low. Here's Griffin. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Building off a solid first quarter. He's been lights out here in the second.
And the basket by Gordon.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pistons trail by 4. Snatched away. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Here's Jay shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Jay. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
And Orlando making a change here. Fultz is checked in. Jackson is doubled. He dishes it to Morris. Pass to Doumbouya. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Magic leading by 3. Jay covered by Morris. Gordon kicks to Fournier. Passes it to Jay. Magic moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Jay's got 21.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Morris, it's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. No good from Jay. Now, here's Doumbouya. That will count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
1 sec.
What up, Coach?
Nice work on D. The guys are really feeding off you.
Thanks, Coach. I'm trying.
I see that. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Anything.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And he's
Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Markieff Morris is checked in for Griffin. Doumbouya comes in for Christian Wood. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Luke Kennard in for Rose. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ken Burge is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Gordon. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Ross. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Al-Farouq Aminu. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier. Then there's Jay. And it's Birch in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
2 shots.
Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high-motion offenses with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
Here's Jackson, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man. He has done everything possible to keep his team in this one. What a performance from him.
Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
They swipe it. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 4-point Magic lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Morris outside to the inside. Now here's Doumbouya. Defense is right there. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Jackson's got 14 points for the game.
Lots of contact. Jackson with the strength to power through. Something he didn't have when he first entered the league.
The shot's good from Jay.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Ball's knocked loose. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And Brown now atop the key. Inside, here's Doumbouya. The shot's good. Brown making the play. He's got 13.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. They trail by 6. It's off to Charlotte for them after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Down low. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya.
At the line for the Magic, Jay. At the line for 2.
That one is off. And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Orlando. Pistons trail by 7. Here's Kennard. He's got 7. Morris. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Outside Jackson. To the inside. Right at the free throw line. Bamba with the block. They recover it. Pass to Fultz. To the paint. Griffin with the steal. Outside Jackson. 2 minutes. The pass to Griffin. Bamba with the block.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
1:49 left to play in the third. 5 on the clock. And another shot. Here's Jay, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pistons trail by 12. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Griffin dishes to Doumbouya. Over Aminu. Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. Well, you look at Jay, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And there's always firepower in every rookie class, but even among the top guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
Morris passes to Griffin to stop the run and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
People wonder how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from LA to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
41 seconds left in the third. Now here's Jackson, guarded by Fultz. Pass to Kennard. Griffin against Bamba. The second chance effort. The putback.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
You gotta keep the ball moving. Keep drawing and kicking, all right?
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Pistons, at the 4 and the 5, it's Morris and Griffin. Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Snell in at the small forward position. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Kennard.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Bamba passes to Jay. And it's sent back by Morris. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That will... Orlando leading by 4. Magic moving the ball around. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Pistons. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. It's stolen. Passes it to Isaac. Detroit with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still over from the field.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
And here is Isaac. Vucevic, the pass to Jay. And it's good for 2.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Shooting 1.
And the Pistons with possession here. 8-point game. Outside Rose. Outside Jackson. Back to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the high post. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
Yeah, and Isaac, he just makes dunking look easy. It has an incredible reach and quickly gets up off the floor to throw that one down.
Here's Jackson. That one misses. And Orlando the other way now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Isaac passes to Jay. And it's Orlando with another.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pistons trail by 10. Left side Jackson. Feeds it to Griffin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jay.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Magic leading by 8. The dish to Ross. Kicks it to Fultz. Isaac passes to Vucevic. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Rose. Oh, that's blocked.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Detroit's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Griffin. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. That's now 32 points for Blake Griffin. Magic have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Intercepted. Jackson has the open look. Good on the three-point shot. Now it's just a three-point Orlando lead.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Ross against Rose. Over Ross. And it's Rose missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Shooting for Orlando, Jay. At the line for 2.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Pistons trail by 6. Rose looking around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
First free throw is good. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Morris finds Griffin. Back to Morris. Nails the baby hook.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Magic leading by 4. The feed now to Ross. It's stolen by Rose. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. It's good. Jackson's got 19 points.
An important time in the game in terms of momentum. You see Reggie willing to put the team on his back.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his 5th team foul.
That free throw good from James.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Jay.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
You have to make it harder for him to score. Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Detroit making a switch here. Woods checked in. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
Jackson with it, now guarded by Fultz. Here's Griffin, and the shot goes in. Griffin's got 34 points.
That's a big bucket for Blake. teammates have to love that shot.
Vucevic, count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Outside Griffin. Good work there as it goes. Griffin's got 36.
And as much as Griffin has worked on his perimeter game, this is where he makes his money, in the painted area.
No good from Jay. The Pistons shooting at 50% in a decent group. On the wing, Jackson trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Ross passes to Jay. That one good for 2. 6 points for Terrence Ross.
Ross didn't seem bothered at all by the contact there. Nice finish.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Fultz. Ross again throws. Ross, that's good. And it's a 6-point Magic lead.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Here's Jackson. Ross grabs the board.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
That shot off. Great D that time from Vucevic. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jay takes it off the glass. Jay's got 55.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
From deep 3-point range, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, he'll be heading to the free throw.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. I'm extra live, and I don't need it proof. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman.
First up, it's Crazy Girl 84. On the break with the hop step and rises for the vicious poster, making the defense pay by using that takeover the right way. Skills to get done is up. Up by 3, under a minute to go, and puts the clamps on Curry. The steal, the dime, and the dunk. And on the next possession, getting the block to seal the game. Defense is our backbone.
So the newest name on the...
Get ready to take that L, Jay. Go back to college, you bum. Yeah, I know you hear it. Boo!
It doesn't bother me.
I'm gonna be on you all night.
It doesn't bother me.
All night, Jay. You're garbage.
For the land of the free.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action. On 2K Sport. DA, it's all. Well, tremendous athleticism. Thanks, DA. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Gordon.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident.
Take a look here for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Griffin. Doumbouya comes in for Christian Wood. Brown is checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Luke Kennard in for Derrick Rose. Smitty, here's an interesting question. Over the next 5 years, which player wins the most MVP?
You know, I think it's Giannis. He's looking like the favorite right now because the way he's playing, he has a possibility to win the MVP now. And then I think also because of his age, he's the one guy. And also Anthony Davis could catch Giannis. He has that type of talent.
Goes up. Here's Doumbouya. And he banks in the layup. And the Pistons lead by 9.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. TJ Augustine picks one up. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Offensive rebound, Jay.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Pass to Kennard. Morris outside. Back to Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Brown outside. The rebound by Jay. The Magic trail by 9. Murray, the pass to Jay. Outside Fournier. Hits it from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Kennard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
For Orlando, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Derrick Rose is checked in for Jackson. And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard, that's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their number 1 or number 2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
It's good. Rose has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Shot on the wing. And it's off the back rim, no good.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
He gets it in there.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Bamba passes to Jay. The 10-footer finds the target. Jay's got 7 points in the game. 1:37 left here in the opening quarter. Augustine against Rose. Pass to Kennard. And here's Rose. He's coming off a 22-point game against Milwaukee. Good. Rose has got his third basket of the night.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And the Magic making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Brown outside. Wants to get it to Morris and does. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Pistons leading by 13. Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Murray with the bounce pass.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Morris. There's the 3. Fournier pulls it down. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Magic. It's a 13-point game. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
That's his second personal foul.
Free throw, good road. Different look here for the Pistons. Griffin's checked in for Markieff Morris. Christian Wood comes in for Doumbouya. Tony Snell's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Derrick Rose. And there's the pass to Bamba. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Here's Jay. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that, or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
No, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There are some plays, I played with some players after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game, but when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There's some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you did. You loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do. On the court for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Jay out there with Mohamed Bamba, and it's Gordon in at the small forward.
And when he's active, playing with tenacity, Bamba rebounds everything that comes his way.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Bamba. Detroit leading by 9, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Snell kicks to Wood. Outside Jackson. Brown against Ross. Pass to Wood. Outside Jackson. 4 on the clock. Over Fultz. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for... One second left. And so is Detroit going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
I'm in the bed debate about who is the greatest production debate. I swear that it's always something. Guess what?
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Reggie Jackson. So for the Pistons, Markieff Morris comes in for Blake Griffin. And Doumbouya is subbed in for Tony Snell. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jay's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Aminu comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Fournier's... The Magic trail by 10. Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. Doumbouya is out there with Brown. And it's Morris in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Well, a new start in Detroit for Dwayne Casey. Led the team to the playoffs in his first season. Seems to be a great match between the team and their coach.
And for Casey, Steve, he had the pedigree of success that the Pistons wanted.
Also, Casey, I thought, was brought in to change the mindset of this team. He immediately was able to change the culture of the Pistons. Setting a new tone goes a long way for a developing team.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. The case has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Jackson kicks to Doumbouya. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. Orlando moving the ball around. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Detroit. And he makes the first. Steve, so many talented players in the league. Sometimes there's frustration over the lack of playing time. For instance, you look at the Celtics last year, a prime example.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, Kevin, you can have too much talent at the same positions and also style of play. You need some guys that can do other things that be effective on the court versus just scoring the basketball, and I think that's the reason why the Celtics ran into some trouble last year.
It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Bamba. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Morris dishes to Griffin. In the corner, Kennard with it. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. He can't get that one. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Aminu with it. And Doumbouya picks him up defensively. And it's sent back by Morris. Here's Fultz. Here's Jay, and he jams it with authority.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
Here's Jackson. Orlando grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Jay taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. That one drops. He ties it up. And, well, Detroit shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Jackson has the open look. Good on the triple. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You love the balance from Reggie Jackson, generating more power in the catch and shoot.
Doumbouya kicks to Griffin. And another 3 for Detroit.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Inside, Griffin with the steal. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's it. And so it's Orlando winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.
Good game out there, fellas. Hey, what's up, Coach?
Hey, Che, have a seat. I just wanted to let you know that we're all really happy with the way that you're developing. It's coming along.
Hey, I appreciate that, Coach. Means a lot.
At this point, we think you could be a starter.
Wait, for real? A starter?
We ain't just gonna give it to you. Right? You gotta keep working, and then if the game keeps evolving, it's there.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, whatever's best for the team, I'm just here to help us win.
Don't let up. Right? Every day, every game is an opportunity.
Most definitely.
All right, I'll see you practice.
All right, cool.
Go get some rest.
Will do.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Che.
You're welcome. See y'all later, all right?
All right.